I guess it's about 8:35 here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I've been not sitting, I've been driving. A lot of times I do my best thinking when I just hop in my truck, go on a drive, and listen to some good stuff. And it's kind of hard for me to define what good stuff is. I'll listen to different people. Gary Vee is one of my favorites that I listen to. Listen to a lot of different people talk about business. And one of the things that I've discovered over my time, especially this year in 2017, when I left my full-time job and committed to 100% doing voiceover, it took me, it's been over a decade-long journey for me to actually get to where I am. And one of the things that I realize is that you've got to love the process more than the end result. When you fall in love with the actual process, when you fall in love with the grind and don't quit until all actually fall in love with the process of building this thing. When you fall in love with the process of building your voiceover career or building, there's a definite thing that starts happening with you. You're able to just do the work. And it's the main thing that I think people fall short in. Everybody's looking at the end result. They're looking at, look what this person has done, or look what Earl has been able to accomplish, and all of this and that, and not understanding that it was about the process. Most of the success that I've had over the past, I'll say 2 to 3 years, I couldn't have even mapped out. I couldn't have even thought that this was going to be a result for me doing the work that I do. Some of you know that I just got invited to Indiana University. I'll be going there on December 7th to do a talk there about the voiceover industry. And it's like your life changes in moments. That was for me a phone call. I was sitting in my studio on a Saturday morning getting ready to do one of my live training sessions that I do for people that are in voiceover domination or in inevitable immersion results that I just started at stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. I'm sitting there, and 20 minutes before I'm about to go live, my phone rings. And it's a guy saying, "Look, we've been following you for a year. We love the way that you teach. We love the way that you do this and that for the voiceover industry. Can you come and speak to us?" And I'm sitting there almost amazed and stunned. It's like I couldn't have mapped that out. When certain things happen, even when I go into someone else's studio, there have been several times this year that things have happened that if I hadn't done the work, if I hadn't just loved the process, nothing would have happened. It wouldn't have come from that. If I hadn't started a YouTube channel, if I hadn't started a Facebook group, if I hadn't just been giving information out over the years that I've been giving this information out, I wouldn't be able to sit in the position that I am now. So you can't map out all of the things that are going to come from the work that you actually put in to building your voiceover business. It's a tremendous amount of work. And I think so many times people will look at other voiceover artists that they, have developed some form of success and things of that nature, and all they want to hear about is the result. All they want to hear about is, how much money they're making. They want to hear about the clients that they have. They love to hear their voice and things of that nature. And talking about hearing voice, it's funny sometimes when I do listen to, other voiceover artists that, we all would probably consider to be successful. It's like sometimes they don't even sound real. It's like we talk in voiceover all the time. You want to have the natural sound. You want to do do you is what I say all the time. Make sure that you're just doing you. And I listen to some voiceover artists, whether they get on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and all of a sudden they go into, voiceover mode and they talk like this and they get, it's like, I'm just thankful I've never been that way. And I think it's part of the reason, a big part of the reason why I've been able to accomplish some of the things that I've been able to accomplish. It's just like when you guys see me and you hear me talk, it's This is just how I talk. This is just me. I'm not putting on a show. I'm not putting on an air. It's just how I communicate. And so, see, just getting a text message in. Okay, close that out. All right. And so when you look at what it is that you're actually doing, don't copy. You can always look and try and reverse engineer what someone else has been able to do by looking at, if they're gracious enough to share some of their information. But the path that we're all on, and that's why I came up with the notion of the website and things for steps to voiceover success. There are steps, but one thing that I realized is that my steps aren't always your steps. You can look at the steps that I've taken, and you can take the advice that I give or that anyone else gives, but it's got to fit who you are. If you're not comfortable doing Facebook ads, don't be on Facebook doing Facebook ads until you actually learn how to do Facebook ads. If you don't understand how to do email marketing, don't do email marketing. But you might be an outstanding blogger in this thing called voiceover. You might be an outstanding person that can do a YouTube video and that can make it interesting and entertaining and all those other types of things. But the key part about all of this stuff is it's in the process. If you don't love the grind, if you don't love the hustle, if you don't love the process of building this thing, you're going to quit and you're going to lose because it's not a quick result. It's in the process. And the people that I coach, the people that watch me on YouTube, the people that, interact with me on social media, you know how I am. You know my philosophy. You know what my North Star is. It's in the work. And if you're not willing to put in the work that it takes to build a business in voiceover, you're going to lose. And the reason most people are going to lose in voiceover is because they want the result. They don't like the process. They have not fallen in love with the process. And if you're not willing to put the next 2 to 5 years into building this, especially, most of us, myself, I had to work a full-time job at night and work full-time during the day to build my voiceover business and I did that for 2 years. I literally did that for 2 years before this year when I quit my job and just went full-time into voiceover. I had the goal, and that was always in mind, but I knew that every single day there was a process to this thing. There was stuff that I needed to do. I had to do the marketing. And here's the thing, and you guys have heard me say this over and over again, your number one job as a voiceover artist, your number one job as a voiceover artist is to get clients. I can tell you right now, hands down, the best voiceover artist in the world is not going to beat you if you understand how to reach the client better than they do. When you understand that and you implement that process into what you do every single day, I guarantee you will win over time. It's not a 60-day process. It's not a 90-day process that you can look to leave your full-time job and get into voiceover full-time. All of a sudden, you're just going to make it. And it's part of the thing that I really hate about a lot of marketers and people that are out there, not just in voiceover, but in general in business. They make you think, they sell you on, you can do this in the next 90 days. And that's bullcrap. That is literal bullcrap. And is the thing that I try and push the most, that this is going to take time and it's going to take, my friends, an awful lot of work. And if you can't fall in love with the process of building it, if you don't love the process, you're going to lose. So if all you're interested is in the result and you're not interested in the actual process, it's one of the reasons why 8 out of 10 people in voiceover, maybe as high as 9 out of 10 that have started this year will not be around next year. The courses that I teach and the stuff that I teach on my, in my programs, it's work. And I've promised that. This is hard work. It'll be more work than you will ever do. I've been on a little holiday through the Thanksgiving thing, and I'm kind of antsy right now. I'm looking at tomorrow already into 2018. Monday morning, what are you doing in the next 30 days that is going to set your 2018 up to be way more successful than you've been in 2017, in 2016, in 2015? What is it that you're going to do different? Because if you're about to do the same thing tomorrow morning that you've always done, that has gotten you 0 results, and you're going to continue to go down that path, you're not going to be here at the end of 2018. I don't care what business you're in. If you're not winning, you're failing. And if you're not in love with the process, if you're not in love with the hustle and the grind that this actually takes, and the disappointment that's going to come from all of that, this is cumulative. You're going to have successes, you're going to have failures, but as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other and grinding this thing out every day, there's no reason why you can't win if you love the process and you understand that this process is going to take time. It's going to take you the next 2 to 5 years if you're just starting from ground zero. You could have been in this for the last 5 years and not employing what it is that I'm struggling to tell you about right now, which is falling in love with the process, taking the wins, taking the losses, and keep it moving forward. Learning from your mistakes, because you're going to make them. I'm going to make them. I still got a ton of mistakes to make, but I'm willing to go through that pain in order to continue to build what it is that I'm looking to build. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you really understand what it is that I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you know what I'm talking about. You know, it's not even a matter of agreeing with me or not. Whether you agree with me or not, it really doesn't matter. If you agree, whether you agree with me or not, these things are going to happen. Now, here's one of the key things. I look at so many different voiceover stuff that's out there, and so many people are teaching so many different things. And there's a lot of good stuff being taught. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good stuff out here being taught about the voiceover industry from a lot of smart people. But the market is changing. And if you don't see that, and you don't feel that, and you don't sense that, you don't know that the market is changing right now for voiceover, you really need to open your eyes. It is not 2001. We're about to go into 2018. The market has changed, but a lot of the stuff that's being taught out here right now is old crap. It's the stuff that's in the past. What I'm looking at is what's going to be working in 2020. You've got to look forward. You've got to look to the smart folks out there, the intelligent ones that are teaching forward, not from the back. So many times, and I give away all my best stuff. I tell you all the best stuff that I have to give. That's guaranteed. I know that so many different voiceover artists and coaches, they hold back. They don't want you to know everything that they know. They want to keep you coming. I don't want you watching my YouTube videos for the next 5 years. I do not want that. I want you to take the information that you got, that I'm giving, some of you that you've paid for, and go do it. My goal is to not have the most students in my program. My goal is to make successful voiceover artists. I've got the goal of helping 100 voiceover artists become self-sufficient, independent in 2018. Some of you will make it, some of you won't. As a matter of fact, most of you won't. I know that most people will not do everything that it takes to grow their business. That's just human nature. You're going to get tired, you're going to give up, you're going to quit. But that 1 or 2 of you that are watching me or that'll watch this video, there's 1 or 2 of you, maybe, of everyone that will eventually watch this video that will actually fall in love with the process and do what it takes. Leave me a comment below, please. Let me know what you think about this video. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel and go ahead and make sure you tick the bell so you get notified whenever I go live. I do In the Booth with Earl Hall every Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's a live call-in show. I'll be there for you tomorrow, Monday morning, 10 a.m. Central, and I want to have you on the show, and I want to take your questions and your comments. Leave me a comment below. What is your most pressing question in voiceover right now? What is the most pressing thing that's on your mind? And also, what's the thing you think that's holding you back? Let's work it out. Let's grind and don't quit. See you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central on In the Booth with Earl Hall. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.